Welcome to Overcoming Objections. During your sales career over the years, you will find that these numbers are true. 50% of the time, if you do a proper presentation and you follow our scripts, you will close on the first attempt. 25% of the time, you will close after overcoming objections with rebuttals. 25% of the time, you will not close. I want you to remember one thing. There is a big difference between an agent honest, has high morals, integrity, and truly believes in his or her product. The agent that owns and believes in his or her product will have a much higher success rate than a person or an agent who's just winging it and going for that one sale. And what I'm trying to tell you is, if you want to be successful, believe and own your own product. Within a month, I would like you to purchase your product to get life insurance on yourself. Because all sales really is a transfer of feeling. Is a transfer of feeling. And the feeling is the value. I am passionate about what I have. Your clients will see that in you if you truly believe and own your own product when you transfer that feeling to them. How to reclose. Personally, during my sales career, that 25%, I will reclose 4 or 5 times, and after I've tried my rebuttals and they still say no, I actually start getting the feeling that they actually might not buy. So I'll just try 3. It's important that you memorize your rebuttals. Just like we mentioned, to memorize the phone script rebuttals, because you're going to be doing your phone script and your presentation over and over again. It's where agents fall short, is they do not know how to reclose. And that 25% where you have to reclose 4, 5, 6 times, that's a big chunk of income. So let's look at how to reclose. Obviously, you have to find out what the objection is, handle the objection, and then to reclose, you're asking for the order again. So to reclose and ask for that order, we have many different ways, and I've had agents that lack in the ability to re-ask for that order, and that's extremely important. So again, Mr. Client, the most important part of any plan like this is the budget. You have to tell me which one of these fits your budget again. And put that paper towards them. I don't care if you say it 5 times in a row. They're going to catch on. Hey, I'm asking you to make a decision today. So if this is important to your family, Mr. Client, please tell me how much you personally feel is enough coverage to make sure that your family is safe. And push that paper towards them. So you have to tell me, Mr. Client, which one of these plans would you like to get started with today? And push that paper towards them. Remind them of the segue question, what their answer was. Their sister passed and she had nothing. Their father passed, and when he was a child or she was a child, saw how the family struggled. Bring up that pain and re-ask for the order. You have to revisit the value again. Value has to be greater and more important than their money. Bring up the emotional pain and remind the client why you are there and reclose. In the next few slides, we're going to be giving you something called AFA nuggets and rebuttals. one of the most important things for you to memorize for your sales career. The AFA Golden Nuggets. Please write these down and memorize them. I consider these mini rebuttals. I like to sprinkle these everywhere during my phone presentation, during my sales presentation, and I even sprinkle them on my close and reclose. You will find in your sales career that these are extremely valuable. What this is, John, this really is a gift of love. Please remember, John, this is not for you. This is really for your wife, Cindy, and your children, Michael and Amanda. I know one thing, when the Lord comes down to take you upstairs, He's going to ask you one thing. Did you take care of your family? John, the decisions we make here today are going to have a long-lasting effect on your family's safety and financial well-being for many years to come. That's why we have to get this perfect tonight. I don't know about your kids, but I know mine can't just open up a checkbook and write out a $10,000 or $15,000 check. Can yours? Now you'll always be remembered as that father or mother who loved their children enough to do this for them. Your wife and children will be grateful for the decisions that you are going to make here tonight, John. That's why we have to get this right. A quote from General George Patton, World War II, very effective with your veterans. Ask yourself, what is the right thing to do? When I come and see your wife and children when that sad day comes, John, do you want me to bring them a card or do you want me to bring them a check? If we set this up right tonight, John, I'm going to bring them a card and a check. John, you worked hard, provided, given comfort to your family your whole life. You don't want the last thing you give them is to be a large funeral bill. That's not how you want to be remembered. Think about the possible shame that you could bring to your family by having them have to beg for money. You and I can both make sure that doesn't happen here tonight. One that is not on the list I've started using if I'm leaving a home without a sale. John, please remember one thing. A healthy person has 1,000 wishes, but never forget that a dying or sick person only has one. And it's normally that they made a different decision here tonight. I can't tell you how many times I have been asked to sit back down at the table and made a sale after that golden nugget. Please memorize these, use these, sprinkle them all around while you're in communication or sitting with your client. Overcoming closing objections. We want to talk it over, or I want to think about it close. John, is a few weeks enough time for you to think about it? Well, that's great, because please understand, these plans will not even start for a few weeks. First, we have to see if you even qualify. And then if you do qualify, I'll be happy to make any changes before your final expense plan even starts. We can raise the face amount or lower it, keep the premiums where they're at, or lower them as well. making sure that it fits your budget. Because please understand, we're going to let your budget be your guide here. We can even change who receives the money. We will make sure that it's perfect before we even start. All we're doing today is filling out an application just to make sure that you qualify for the plan. I want a funeral parlor plan close. Well, John, we used to work with the funeral parlors many years ago, but we don't anymore for three main reasons. First, we're finding out that a lot of our clients, once they retire, are mobile these days. When they retire, a lot of them will move down to Florida, Texas, or Arizona. But the problem with that is if they pass down there, they have to be brought back here. And that can be very, very expensive. Second, I'm sorry to say, but over the years, I've seen many funeral parlors here in our area go out of business. Now, how would your children feel if that happened down the road and all that money is gone? Finally, say you make the mistake of using a funeral parlor plan and say they set you up with a plan for $10,000. Well, I don't know about you, John, but most people don't have $10,000 just to give to these funeral parlor plans. So what they say is, that's fine, just give us $1,000 every year until it's paid up. Well, that's all great, but what if something happens to you in 2 years, John, and you've only given them $2,000? Bad news. Your family has to come up with that balance on most cases of $8,000. Now, with our plans, whichever time anything happens to you, whether it's a month, 6 months, a year, whenever, your family is going to receive that full face amount of $10,000 immediately. So you never have to worry about that. If you are using a graded plan, please note, start at if anything happens to you in 2 years, 3 years, or 5 years. My wife says we have enough insurance close. I've heard of a lot of wives complain about their husbands spending too much money on insurance. Pause. If the wife is there, let her agree. But I've never heard of a widow complaining about that check being bigger than she expected. If the wife is not there, let's give her a little surprise and show her just how much you really love her. I will save up money close. A lot of people say that, John, but they never really do. And if you would have done it, I wouldn't even be here today. So let's bite that bullet and get this plan started. This way we both know that it's done. I would like you to do me a favor, close. Find the real objection. John, I would like to ask you to do me a favor. Most people are thrown back by this, and they'll normally say, sure, what is it? I know your wife and children really need this coverage, and I also know that they'll be grateful for you doing this for them. But I have a deep feeling inside that there's something you have not told me. I would like to know the real reason you're not making a buying decision today. Oh, I just kind of want to sleep on it overnight. Come on, what is it, John? You can tell me. What's the real reason you don't feel comfortable buying this for your family tonight? Well, to tell you the truth, Milan, and they come right out with it. With this information, I come back. I had a feeling it was something like that, and I want you to know how much I really appreciate you being upfront with me. Now, I can overcome the real objection and reclose. Never guess. The compromise close. When all objections are eliminated except price. I recommend you make it easy for your client. John, I realize from your comments that you're not prepared at this time to invest in a $25,000 policy, but you do agree that your family has a strong need for coverage, and this is one purchase that just can't wait for a convenient time. Let me recommend that we don't start with the maximum investment that you would make if you had the funds available. Instead, let's make a smaller commitment to guarantee some safety and security for your wife and children. Let's go with the $15,000 policy. With this close, half of a loaf is better than none. Also, I can't tell you how many clients I started with small policies. With referrals and excellent service, my business only grew. As the saying goes, from little acorns grow mighty oaks. The decision close. With this close, you emphasize that it is a big mistake not to buy, but under the worst possible scenario, only a minor mistake to do so. John, one way or another, a decision is going to be made now, even if you think it best to make no decision. Now, you may decide to invest $80 a month into a policy that might prove to be unnecessary at a later point. While none of us like to make even a $1 mistake, your family or lifestyle will not be fundamentally altered by that sort of minor mistake. Or you may decide to take action by deferring the decision, which simply means doing nothing at this time. Now, that might save you $80 a month, but it could lead to a $25,000 mistake. Now tell me, how easy would it be to correct a $25,000 mistake, especially when it comes at the most critical time of your family's existence? No, come back close. I'm sorry, I don't do callbacks. It's bad business. I can't afford to spend my time coming back to clients' homes when they should have bought from me at the time of my presentation. The best time to make a buying decision is while I'm here, while everything is fresh in your mind. Also, I can answer any questions that you might have. Now, let me give you some more reasons why you should make your buying decision today. The Little Johnny close, my personal favorite. John, please understand you're not saying no to me today, but you are saying no to your wife, Cindy, sitting next to you, and you are saying no to your children. Now, if this is okay with you, John, and even more importantly, if this is okay with you, Cindy, then I have done my job here and I have other clients I have to see. But if this is a concern to you, John, and your family, by now, normally the wife has whacked her husband and said, you're buying this right here, right now. It's time for you to reclose. The Sell It With Love close, a great close to use when a husband and wife are together. At a critical point during the close, I will lay a little guilt trip on the husband by saying, you know, Cindy, you are a very lucky woman. Oh, why is that? To have such a wonderful husband. To have a husband sitting next to you here that is considering purchasing a policy to make sure that you and the children will be okay. You'd be surprised how many deadbeat husbands out there I run across that don't even care about their family. Yes, you are a lucky woman to have a husband that loves you as much as he does. I bet he doesn't deny you a thing. Don't keep it a secret close. Now, this close might not work for a lot of you. You might not be able to do it, but have a little fun with it. Joke a little with your clients. After I've exhausted all my closes within a long session with my client, I'll say, look, John, I won't keep it a secret. I want your business. You will be surprised how effective this is to come straight out and say this. If this still doesn't get me the sale, I'll say, look, what do I have to do to get your business? I'll even joke, do I have to get on my hands and knees to get your business? Okay, here I go. Normally they'll just say, okay, Milan, no, okay, you have our business. Thank you for visiting us, close. This close is extremely effective once you packed up your briefcase, putting your coat on and putting your shoes on by the door. Normally, your client will thank you for visiting. Please don't thank me, John. I feel ashamed. I did not do my job here. I was not able to explain how important this is for your family. I've seen this happen before, and I know the financial burden and the financial heartache that is going to fall upon this family when you pass. So if you don't want that to happen, as I am walking back towards the table after I've taken my shoes off. Please practice your rebuttals and memorize them. You will have great success if you have these tools and use them. I wish you all luck. Congratulations on a wonderful new career.